Coastal tailed frog. Escape his true eye. And it is a boy. Awesome. I'm gonna get some pictures of this guy right here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking some photographs of a coastal tailed frog. They are probably my favorite species of frog overall. They're really cool. They're unique just to the Pacific Northwest. They are endemic to these cold mountain streams. You can probably hear the stream roaring behind me. I found this nice adult male a little while ago, and I'm getting some pictures. I'm doing my favorite style of a picture, which is kind of a natural light macro picture of this animal. And what's really cool about this style is you do a slower shutter speed, use a circular polarizer to cut the glare, and you're not using a harsh flash or other light. That kind of creates an artificial look to the animal, really capturing the natural light, natural setting. Although, like I said, I'm using a polarizer just to cut down on the glare with their wet skin. Allows you to keep the animal moist and just not capture a whole bunch of glare. So this is a nice adult, so bigger individual of this species. Really, really cool, amazing animal. Just kind of keep an eye on him right here. Setting for settings, where I'm at is f11, about a half a second exposure, ISO 100 on with the 90mm macro. And I'm just getting my focus right on the eye. I'm using a 5-second timer to keep it still, and then I'm taking 2 shots for each time. I found that second shot's always just a little bit sharper. There's a little bit extra time, but I at least have 2 photos to refer back to. This one's at being an absolute doll, posing really nicely, and I'm gonna see if I can get a couple better shots here. What I'm about to show you is the effect that circular polarizer has. And like I said, I like the look of it, but it's also very key for the safety of the animal. Especially with this species. This species is very cold, very heat intolerant. It needs cold environment, it needs to stay cold, it needs to stay wet. The adults are a little bit tougher than the juveniles. That's why I like taking pictures of adults, because the safety of the animal always has to come first. So what I'm going to show you right now is switch to video with my 750, and I'm going to show you what the circular polarizer does to the glare on the animal. So as I spin this around, you can see the glare of the rock and then the glare on the wet skin. And it just makes a huge impact. Hold on, let me adjust my focus just a touch. So right there, you can see what I'm talking about. It's just full of glare. But as I bring it down, kind of right about there. Right about there. It really reduced the glare on the animal, reduced the glare on the rock. Play around with it. It's just a constant where you're searching for where that peak spot is. So right there. And so now you've seen that, I'm going to go back to shooting some stills. He's being really cooperative for a frog, actually. He's only hopped away a couple of times. So I'm going to get right back to that. So I'm just about done here with this individual. I'm going to go down. I found this nice little waterfall at the creek. I might try shooting some wide angles. Haven't decided yet. But I got some really cool photos of him. I can't wait to see what they look like on the computer. I'm back home. I have those images loaded up on my computer. I just want to show you the difference between the raw files and the fully edited versions with the polarizer and without the polarizer. So let me switch over to the screen view and let's take a look. So getting into the images here, I'm going to start off with the raw file of the non-polarized picture. And so this is the straight out of camera raw image of this frog. As you can see, the glare is just absolutely insane. The rock it's on is most of the details been washed away. It's just this bright white glare. Same thing goes for the animal itself. It's extremely distracting. It's by far the brightest parts of the image, and it's covering most of the back, a lot of the top of the head, just everywhere in on this animal is just completely overridden. And I can try. This is one of the reasons why a polarizer is so important, because there's nothing really you can do in post to get rid of that effect, or add the polarizing. There's nothing you can do in post to add that polarizing effect. So let me cycle over to the how I would edit this image. This is the final process version, and you can still see I was able to extract some of the details out. The frog super still just this kind of white mess, and same for the background. So as we kind of filter through these, you can see it brings it out. I mean, it's not a terrible image, but it's not what I would love. Let's compare that to these next two pictures, which have the polarizing effect with the slower shutter speed, and we can see what a difference that makes. So here's the first raw file. As you can see, there's just a little bit of that to show that it is this wet live animal. Of course, shot in the daytime, there's going to be some glare behind it. That's completely fine, completely normal, but it's really reduced. You can make out the color on the back. The head is mostly glare free. You can tell what it's sitting on. And let's compare this raw file to the edited version. So I only had to make a couple slight changes to this, really. And it's crystal clear, super sharp, really dramatically shows the little details that get washed out in this animal that the glare just takes away. Let's go to the next image. Same thing, super reduced glare. This is actually, I think, my favorite photo of the three. I was saving the best for last. Just a little bit to show that it's a live animal. And here's the fully edited version. It just really captures the beauty of the species. And zoom in on the eye here. The eye's sharp. You can see me and my camera taking the photo. It's just, I love the story that just this little portrait of this tiny frog conveys. So to kind of give you one last little comparison, here's the final edited version of my favorite picture, and then here's the best of the non-polarized versions. I'm just gonna switch between these two. So there's the non-polarized version. There's the polarized version. Non-polarized, polarized. I will put these full images up at the end of the video. Let me know which one you like most.
and let me know what you'd like to see next.